Hey guys, Anthony here with my sidekick Bandit, and today we will be discussing. Oh, he's out of here. Today we will be discussing how to profit with trading cards, or me more specifically Pokemon, but this would work for any trading card. So thank you for coming to Poke Investor, and let's get into this. Hey guys, so I had to put headphones in real quick. It got really loud in my household. But to continue, the way you make money and profit off of trading card games or Pokemon is to know the market. That's the most important thing you can do. The more information you have, the better off you'll be. Whether that information is what decks are being played, and which ones are doing good and which ones are doing bad, what sets are in rotation, what sets are coming out next, what's in the card sets, or what I should say, what are your potential pulls from that card set. This information is all valuable. All of this will determine the prices on the market. If a deck is doing good in Championship and Worlds, every single card in that deck is going to skyrocket. If a deck does trash, it's going to drop. If the next set has a popular card in the previous set, sell it off, because once that next set comes out, that card is going to drop again. The cards will fluctuate with how the metagame is going. So just know that the more information you have, you might have a smaller capital, but you'll be able to outmaneuver someone with tons of capital but doesn't know what's happening in the Pokemon community. Another important thing to do when knowing what's in the set is knowing their prices. You can use websites like TCG Player, Troll and Told, eBay, but know what's in the sets. Instead of buying Fates Collide, where I think the most expensive card is worth $12 at the moment, you could buy Shining Legends where they have 5 cards worth over 20, you know? So all of this information is important, and I could touch on each specific piece in more detail in another video. But just know in general, this knowledge will determine if you make money or lose money. So just keep this all in your head when you're looking into investing or profiting off of trading card games. Know the market. So now that you made your decision on what set you're going to buy or what cards or promotions, the next step is figuring out where to buy it. Usually the cheapest option will be online. There's tons of websites that sell trading cards. You can always buy off of eBay sellers. And nowadays it's so easy to get wholesale pricing. Obviously the downside to that is most places you will have to pay shipping, and it's not in your hand right away. You will have to wait a couple of days. If you are going to be buying from local brick and mortar stores such as Walmart or Target or Best Buy, make sure to price match. All big stores nowadays price match. An example, I bought Shining Legends Pikachu pin promo box this morning. They're going for $15 per piece. I got 2 for $10 each, so saved myself $10. Doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're doing this as a way to make money, any savings counts toward the goal. Obviously, always be on the lookout for a sale. If you see something you like that is on sale, just buy what you need then. Don't buy half this week and then wait the following week when it's out of sale and then spend more money on it. It just doesn't make sense. You can always check eBay online also for auctions. I bought a booster box for about $63 in an auction that usually sells for $110. If you are buying certain sets, I always suggest go as large as possible. Because go as large as possible, because you'll obviously make a bigger savings with that. So instead of buying single packs over the month, just buy the booster box. You'll save a lot more money, and you'll have better pull rates because it's not luck. You know most likely what you're going to get in a booster box. You could buy 36 single packs and pull trash. I did the math, and without counting tax, a pack that's usually about $3.50, that's usually the going rate for Pokemon. If you buy 36 of them, it comes out to $126. So buying $126 worth of packs, not even counting tax, or buying a booster box online for about $85 to $95. Which one sounds better? I also love to buy promo items or promotional items. Those usually, since they're limited amount, will do better and hold value more in time. So 9 out of 10 times, a promo card that comes with a certain set will do better than a regular common or rare in that set. It will also hold its value a lot better and probably go up since it's a lot more limited supply. Also, always buy sealed product. A lot of people don't realize, but you could buy on like online bulk or grab bags or lots or collections, and you'll get a ton of cards for a certain price. But most of those cards, like most of the great cards you want out of a set, have been taken out. So you could buy 200 cards for, I don't know, like $20. But if all the cards are worth 2 cents or are useless, it's not worth it. Now, I'm not saying this if you're a collector or, you love to play the game or you're an enthusiast. But if you're in this for the money, you're looking for the big cards. You're not trying to have 1,000 1-cent cards. You're not trying to have 2,000 Caterpies in your binder, like it doesn't help you out. It just takes up space. So these are just some things to keep in mind when you're ready for your next purchase. So you made your big purchase and you finally bought the cards or the set or the booster box you wanted. So now what do you sell and what do you hold on to? My rule of thumb is if I bought a brand new set that just came out or it's the latest set, I try to sell all the cards. Every card in there, any holo in there, any rare, I sell it all. You'll usually get the highest asking price at that time because it's so new and everyone wants it. It's also in play at the moment, so people will be using it for their decks, for competition. Even if you like the card, you can always buy a new one at a later date for a cheaper price. Once it's not as mainstream or once it's not the newest thing, as long as it's not the most popular card in a specific deck, you'll be able to buy it a lot cheaper than what you sold it for. Never hold on to bulk. That just takes up space. Now, don't expect to get a ton of money for it. You're probably only going to get like 3 or 4 cents per card. Sometimes even less than that. One good option is to always sell it in lots, Some people just love to collect as many cards as possible. So if you could get rid of the whole thing out of a new set, maybe 300 cards and a lot, and make 15-20 bucks off of it, that's great, good for you. But don't hold on to it. There's not really much there. It's not really valuable. It's not worth anything. Now, if you're going to trade it or, like I said, you're collecting, that's a different story. But if this is strictly for money, just get rid of it. Use that profit to get more cards. When I buy new promos, I usually hold on to those. So I mentioned earlier, I just bought Shining Legends and I got the Pikachu pin set. I'm holding on to the Pikachu promos because right now they're selling for less than $1, I believe, maybe like $1.20. So it's not really worth my time to try and sell them online. But since it is a promo, I'm not expecting it to go up anytime soon. But in the future, maybe like 5 to 10 years from now, when there's a lot less of them and that set has been out of rotation, that card will be one of the cards that rises versus the regular commons in that set or in that collection. So if you have a promo you like and it's not really worth anything, just hold on to it. And a lot of people won't purchase it just because they could just buy it themselves at the store. If it's going for more than $5, you know what? That's a different story. But anything under $5, just hold on to it. It'll just be better in the long run. My old rule of thumb was sealed product was usually the safest. Sealed is king. Sealed product is king. But unfortunately nowadays, especially like in the last 2 years, Pokemon has exploded so much that they're just overprinting, and a lot of people are holding on to sealed product thinking in 2 years time it's gonna just skyrocket. I don't see that happening just because of how much they're overprinting. If you want to hold on to something, be my guest. That's not what I'm doing anymore. I used to love holding on to sealed product, whether it was decks, booster boxes, anything that was sealed and in good condition. I'd be able to sell it for a lot more later. But nowadays, with the boom in player base and just the amount of cards Nintendo is printing out, it's just not worth holding on to. I mean, maybe 10, 15 years from now, something changes, but I just don't see anything happening in less time than that. Maybe like it goes up 3% or something, but so many people are holding on to these items and these booster boxes that I just don't see them becoming rare anytime soon. If you ever run into old product that's in good condition, obviously only buy good condition or only trade for good condition. Something that's bent and ripped isn't going to be worth anything. But a rule of thumb, I actually learned this from another YouTuber. His name is SM Pratt. Is the older, the rarer, the minter, the better. Which is it's just what it says. The older the product, like a first generation card, the minter, the cleaner it is. The rarer, like how hard it was to get at the time, the better. It's self-explanatory, but it's a good rule that is always able to stick in your head. So if you are ever in a situation where you can't check the prices out or you're not really sure, just remember that the older, the rarer, the minter, the better. And like I just said, keep everything mint. No one wants a ripped card. No one wants a bent card. If you could send it over to PSA and get it graded and hold on to that, best case scenario. If you're not really into that yet or you're not doing that, just make sure your collection's safe and put it in sleeves, put it in a top loader, make sure it's safe. Don't just throw it in a cardboard box and hope everything goes good, because your investment will diminish greatly if those cards get edge issues, scratches, bends, tears. It's not worth it. Go out, spend $10, buy 100 top loaders and 100 sleeves, and just hold on to your good cards. Don't be a cheap ass. You're here for the money, so I mean, do it right. Selling. So it's time to cash in. My favorite part of this whole process. There are two markets that you could sell to. One being locally, the other being online. I personally prefer locally, but I do both. The reason I prefer locally is because there's no taxes and no shipping fees. So if you sell a card on eBay for $10, right off the top, 13% is taken off from eBay fees and PayPal fees. Then let's say 50 cents for shipping. Your $10 card just went down to $8.20. Now that's not the biggest issue in the world, but when you're trying to make a profit, that could hurt. And when you're selling bigger cards, you'll see a bigger dent. So just keep that in mind. So instead of getting those fees, I like to just sell locally on Craigslist, Letgo, OfferUp. But the downside to that is the market's a lot smaller. Yes, when I sell it, I make more money. But sometimes it takes a week or two, or sometimes I even have to drive out of my way, and then it's not worth it anymore, Then it's like I could have sold that on eBay 2 weeks ago, and without having to drive, I would have got the same price. So just keep both pros and cons in mind. Another issue with doing it locally is you have to meet people. I know a lot of people are introverts, so that could be a crippling process. And there's a lot of creepy people out there, so I mean, I don't blame you guys for being introverts. But that's another con. You have to meet people. It could be a good thing if they're cool and they collect and look, you just made a friend, but most of the time they're probably just creepy. If you are selling online, Make sure to buy all of your supplies from like Walmart or online. Anything you're going to ship in, bubble mailers, top loaders, sleeves, wrapping tape, anything you're going to need, just buy that before you get to the post office. The post office is going to take so much money from you for something you could have bought for a fraction of the price at like Walmart or Amazon. And make sure to put everything you're shipping in a sleeve and a top loader. No one wants to receive their card damaged. You'll lose money by doing that. eBay will go after you. You also will lose reputation. So if you sell one card and there's a bad review on that, no one else will buy from you ever again. So it's not worth it. Add the extra 20 cents and get a top loader and a sleeve for that card and just ship it like that. You'll get good reviews, good ratings, and people will feel confident buying from you. It'll help you in the long run. You could always try and sell to card shops or to card shops online as well. I never really do this. I don't really suggest it. You will get the lowest price from both of these places. Not that there's a problem. If you go to a local card shop and you know what, they give you a fair price, or you're there all the time and you want to support it, and maybe you're planning on buying a booster box from them, usually they'll give you a little bit more in store credit. But if you're just looking for cash, those online card shops and local card shops are the worst. You're just going to get a fraction of the price, and then they're going to sell it for what it's really worth. And I mean, I don't blame them for that. They're running a business, but just in general, it's not good for you if you're trying to make a profit with these cards. The only time I really do sell at card shops is usually bulk. If I'm just trying to push bulk away and I have enough where I can maybe trade it in for a booster box or something, that's always positive. Instead of having to ship it or go sort through it, just give it to them. Get your 3 to 4 cents or whatever and get yourself a booster box. Alright guys, so that's the rundown on how to make money with Pokemon cards and trading card games. It's all very broad, but if you follow these steps, you will succeed. Now, there's always some type of luck involved in packs and what you pull, but just like I said, the first step, know the market, and the most important thing you could do is have knowledge. If you have the knowledge, you will succeed. Even if you're going against someone who has $10,000, if you are more knowledgeable than them, you will do better. Thanks for watching, guys. Leave any comments below. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video, and I'll be talking to you guys soon. Have a great day. See ya.